Midnight Mass. It came out on Netflix, and this is the latest horror adventure directed by Michael Flanagan, who previously made the Haunting of Hill House and Haunting of Bly Manor series. Now, Bly Manor was especially fantastic to me, and I was pretty excited to see what his latest foray into the world of horror was going to be like. And Midnight Mass was fine. It was like, it was just fine. The 7-episode-long limited series starts out with a really great premise. We're on a tiny little island with an ever-aging populace, and as a 2-hour ferry ride away from the mainland, we get introduced to several characters, and as usual, this large ensemble cast all have their own secrets and twists and turns for the story. When suddenly, a new preacher comes to their little town, replacing the old one who had left to visit Jerusalem, and with his unexpected arrival in this highly religious town, things start to get weird. I don't want to go into any more specifics beyond that. I do think the mystery of the characters and their intentions is the most fun aspect of the whole series. And while I did find their interactions engaging and unique, I have to admit that the story does have a distinct downhill trend when it comes to keeping that engagement. You might have noticed the fact that the old characters look weird, like they're wearing just a lot of makeup. Well, that's because they are, and I don't know why they went about it like this. Don't worry, it's for a plot-related reason that they've done this with the old person makeup. I just wish the makeup artists had done a better job at making it look good or realistic or something, anything other than this. There's several very long monologues from a couple of characters across the different scenes, and they're all done with one long take, and that is very impressive. It's impressive from a cinematography standpoint, and it's extremely impressive to see the characters executing such long monologues all in one take. Unfortunately, I do think there's a few too many of these monologues throughout the series. Each monologue takes at least 3 to 5 minutes to get through, and when we only have 7 episodes to get everything sorted out for this plot, these long, drawn-out minutes staring at only one character can feel more than a little tiresome. I think one of the most egregious ones was when a character, unprompted, dumped his entire life story onto someone who was only a mild acquaintance with him. Or maybe it was the time when we got, not kidding, a 5-minute long monologue about what one character thinks about death, and then when he was done, we just turned the camera around and got another 5-minute long monologue about what the other character thought about death. And I'll be 100% honest, neither one of them had really very interesting or compelling points to make. Aside from the monologue thing, I can say I really enjoyed all of the characters, and everyone's performance was absolutely fantastic. That is definitely the one thing I will endlessly heap praise onto this show for, was that the actors and actresses here delivered the absolute best I could have asked for. Extra big props to Hamish Linklater, who I hope I'm saying that right, as Father Paul. He had to deliver some, actual sermons in quite a few episodes, and he nailed the performance and delivery for each one of them, and just his character in general, who is a very complex person, and he nailed it. Well done. Also, Raoul Coley did absolutely fantastic as well, but that was to be expected, based off of the fact that he was already the best character in Bly Manor, and unsurprisingly, he played the best character in Midnight Mass as well. And his earnest yet down-to-earth delivery of Sheriff Hassan's lines and actions played no small part in this. Well done. So, Midnight Mass has a great premise, a really unique setting, and is performed fantastically. But my biggest issue with it was its ending, and I don't want to spoil anything in my reviews, but I will say that I found it to be incredibly disappointing. I don't like how any of the characters' resolutions played out, and it sort of felt like it would have benefited from one more episode, maybe. I think if I boil it down, I can't say I'd ever really want to watch Midnight Mass again. I would love to rewatch Bly Manor or Hill House again to catch all of the secrets and hints hidden throughout the episode that led to the big reveals in the finales. But for Midnight Mass, there wasn't really anything worth going back for. Everything got laid out for me to see, and the idea of having to slog through these long-ass monologues again really just deters me from ever wanting to watch these episodes. If you want a unique, thought-provoking horror that's tied to the concepts of mass hysteria and religion, then I can definitely recommend Midnight Mass to you. If you want to see some incredible performances or unique cinematography and directing, then absolutely give it a watch. But beyond that, I really couldn't recommend it. Just watch Bly Manor instead. That one was really good. Shout out to my $10 patrons, you're all amazing. Nako, James Dodds, Cool Duck, Andrew, Ramiel, Valhalla Knight, Chamomile, G Extreme, Classy Critic, Surge, Mordred Pendragon, Boulder Off Bros, Sunny Shy, Great Bar, Caleb Grimm, Pentamenta, Genital War Thunder, Carmen, Order, Jake, Storm, Amber, Lolith, Livid Aries, Matt Frost, Just a Chap in a Top Hat, Hype Man, and Luno the Evoker.